She is locked in, y'all.
I don't have my glasses on. When I wear my contacts, I have to get real close to everything
She blind.
so I can read it. This might work. Maybe. Maybe.
I'm keeping that in.
I had to. Don't disrespect me. Welcome. This is GSP God.
But today we are doing a nice, fun, easy shoot. Truth be told, it's more of like a community gathering type of thing. Stop following me, please. Thank you. It's more of a community gathering thing to like help somebody learn a little bit about lighting and get some folks that we've worked with together and like to hang out and stuff. And so Sam is getting some nice accoutrements, some makeup thingies to help us out.
Makeup thingies is so boy.
Because I don't know exactly what you're looking for. I could, are you getting mascara? Are you getting blush? Are you getting foundation? Are you getting toner? Are you getting contour? Are you getting setting spray? I know my stuff.
My cousin's baby pronounces it masquewa. I said, what is this? She said, masquewa.
Mascara.
That's my girl.
But yeah, no, it's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a fun day. I might cut this. I'm a little hungover, but we're good for now.
It's because he was outside thinking it was cute with his
No.
chest out.
That's not. So what happened
Because it was
I had a
50
really good
degrees.
day.
We're in an abusive relationship with the weather. I want everybody to free themselves from it.
I'm from New York. I'm used to this. I love it actually. I think it needs to be colder a little bit more every year because we got used to 50 degrees
sick.
winters. That's not normal. It should not be
Something's
50
wrong with
degrees
you.
winter. So
Free yourself. We're going right now to find some decor, some set design.
Oh, I found somebody who said like that's their dream is to do set design.
They dream about it
Like
TFP right now.
I can talk to him about it. He's actually another photographer, videographer. Like if I do video stuff, he probably would be my second,
Okay.
like professional stuff. But we were talking on this past Tuesday or something like that. Monday, this past Monday. He was like, no, like my dream was actually to do set design. I want to do that more. And I was like, I did not know that about you. We've known each other for like 7 years. So my thing is, if you tell me you want to do something and it's a space where I know we can use the help, why not have fun and do it? You know what I mean? Like you want to do set design, do set design. You want to be a makeup artist, do makeup. You want to be a gaffer, you can rig my lights. So.
You want to be a model? You want to be on top?
I don't know if do we want to quote Tyra Banks right now?
Don't get me started. I have hot take. We're not talking enough about Kent Ma. That man is the one who executive produced the show. So Tyra might have been the villain on camera. He was the one pulling the strings behind the scenes. He was the real villain in this. And because
As well as all the other
she's a
things.
black woman, because she's the face of this company, because she is Tyra Banks and she's a model and all of that, she's the one taking a lot of heat. But there are so many other shows that have similar premises that, okay, it wasn't you were going to become a model, but similar reality shows where other people are not getting the same amount of heat. I hate that people experience what they experience being a part of it, especially when it started to get very fear factor like, when you're changing and distorting people's faces and making it seem like if you change this about your physical appearance, now you're going to be successful. Yes, I hate that. And also, everyone could have said no. Everybody could have said, I don't want to be a part of this. But also, I understand being in them spaces and thinking this is going to change my life. If this is what the industry is, I got to get used to it. I've got to just do it.
Yeah.
So I have layered feelings, but at the end of the day, I hate that people went through these traumatic, life-changing instances in front of everybody's eyes. And I hope that the people who feel victimized, because not everybody does, right? By America's Next Top Model, for people who do feel traumatized and victimized, I pray that they get the help and resources that they need, whether it's to be successful in whatever industry or just for their mental wellness.
Yeah. And I think that sucks the most is that they didn't get success after. Like I don't know. Maybe you know better about like how the actual models fared after the fact, but a lot of them like didn't get bookings, didn't get calls. Or,
because they were being associated with reality
yes,
TV,
correct.
and that part sucks.
Which yeah, because the whole point of it is you join this like one. You didn't. Most people, at least for a while, didn't join to be part of reality TV. They joined because they actually have to be models.
But also,
This is like they thought it was their gateway.
you're gonna get a contract, and you'll be signed to this agency. You'll be signed to CoverGirl. That's what it said in the contract.
Mm.
You know, if you go a little deeper, did it say we are going to help you with these steps? I don't know.
Yeah.
But if the contract said you will get a contract with Gold Standard Productions Model Management, and that's what you get, and it doesn't specify what that contract looks like or
What
the
that support,
expectations
yeah.
or how that support looks.
Yeah. I mean, yes, contracts do matter. End of the day, reality TV shows suck, and that's why I don't watch any of them. I do not. You will never find me watching a singular reality TV
For
show.
real. And if
at
you
all.
see me in Cycle 25 of America's Next Top Model,
Is it still going on?
just vote for me.
Is America's Top Model still a show?
They said that they're gonna bring it back.
Oh.
But I'm not gonna be eating no lizards or letting a spider crawl on me.
Or don't let nobody shave your damn head either.
I might let them because I just don't want to deal with the hair.
You know, we have talked about shaving your own head before. Yeah.
But yeah, that is my hot take. This what is this called? This is called Spats with Sam. And I just think that if you're not in the industry, you gotta stop making such big, bold statements about it. Because this is in fact how the industry is. The fear factor part, not my business. That's reality TV. I don't work in that. But the modeling stuff, like Janice Dickinson, love her down. But that bruja, she's real. And that's how they act. I'm done. Let's move.
I'm waiting for you.
To the salon.
Where did she go?
I have something brown. I have something blue.
Okay. Do we want to get any tables, lamps? I know they have some stuff, but like they lock shit. Want to wink it?
Yeah, we'll see what we could do with it.
Okay. So one of the hot topics of the day is color grading in movies. And we're shooting in log profile now, actually. So I have to actually color grade this later. My highlights are blown the hell out. Holy crap.
I didn't know you got your hair highlighted.
But yeah, like the most recent one was the trailer for the new Devil Wears Prada.
Yes.
And everybody's like, oh my God, it's so bland and you know, pale and et cetera, compared to the original movie. As a cinematographer and an editor, I have thoughts, but I'm curious as to what you think first.
My biggest thing about it is that I think this has been happening for a long time. There is something about the way people are using colors and media in all forms now that is kind of changing the brain chemistry into staying longer. I don't know how to explain that better than that. Like, for example, we put our phones in dark mode because it's easier to look at in dark mode. It's easier to stay on the phone scrolling in dark mode versus if you invert it or even just leave it bright, you're not gonna want to be on that long because it's too bright. We never supposed to be looking at screens.
Eye strain.
Huh?
Eye strain.
What do you mean?
Like the reason why dark mode exists is because that the amount of strain white light puts on your eyes compared to, a darker color.
And there have been clinical studies to show how that form of lighting does negatively impact how you receive data. It has physical implications because of the straining and all of that. But again, that goes to show that you're not supposed to have so much access to screens in that way. Think about when you were younger, when people would be like, back up from the TV. Like, now we're looking at screens like this all day and night. So,
that's why I need glasses.
I personally think that that plays a very big part into it. And I think that the dullness of things looks so sterile that I don't be interested the same way that I used to. It used to be fun and engaging to watch things. Now it's like, I just don't understand the tone the same way, I guess.
Okay. Nice. My take on it is that I think there is a little bit of that in terms of like the science to it,
I need something to
but
drink.
it's mostly everything in a movie is or a show, especially big budget things, is a choice, right? Like you don't have to super worry about, oh my God, I need, I can only get but so many lights. It's not a $200,000 project. These are multi-million dollar projects we're talking about. And in those instances, a lot of it is lazy. I'm gonna say it's laziness on a production standpoint of it, right? It is not allowing the freedom of creativity from your DP and your gaffers and your directors to figure out what kind of lighting they want to tell the story, because you're shooting for coverage. You're shooting so that if we mess up on day one, if we have to go back and reshoot on day 38, we don't have to worry about, oh my God, the lights are here, the lights are there. It's all the same kind of sterile lighting. They also try to make it so it's easier to because all the different screens and all the different ways to watch stuff also is different. So if you're watching it on a movie theater, if you're watching it on your TV on Netflix, if you're watching it on your phone, or if you're watching it on your computer, those are all different screens with different color sciences, and so they're trying to account for that. But it's honestly mostly, but it's honestly to make sure that like the editors have an easier time because they don't have to worry about, oh my God, there's a bright light behind them, whatever, whatever. And it makes for a less compelling thing. It makes it for a less, yeah, oh, not closer than better than I thought it would be actually. But it makes for less compelling TVs and shows because your lighting is such an integral part of what you're trying to do. Like light motivates, and it's if your scenes have a lack of motivation to it or a lack of realism to it, our brains even subconsciously notice it, and
But
so that's a
wait,
lot of it. Yeah.
based on exactly what you just said, though, I'm curious how much of the storytelling part, like, I'm curious about how much of that is a part of the story.
Cashier
Because
number
I feel like
eight, please.
the actor is one of the storytellers as well. And the lighting is a part of the storytelling,
Yes.
like you're saying. And so, if that's the case, how much of this is a part of the actual story itself?
Well, that's why I say it's lazy production because it's depending on who is telling the story and who is responsible for those decisions. If it is your director or your gaffer or DP fully, sorry, 1 second, we gotta pay.
But yeah, going back to what we were talking about, the devil wearing Prada.
This is actually really nice.
I think, Samara, thinks that not even just like, is it a part of the storytelling, but like, is it a part of the plot? Is it a part of the storyline? So I hear what you're saying, like it's lazy, and also I'm wondering how much of it is intentional because it's a part of the story that they're telling. I don't know what this sequel is about, but it could be about how fashion is becoming very drab.
Now, for Devil Wears Prada, yes, but this is an issue that like folks are raising, or like again, I always also tend to not treat everything on the internet as like, oh my God, you're all correct, because people hop on trends, and if somebody says this is an issue, and they're like, oh no, it's not really, shut up, it's not an issue. But people have pointed out that in a lot of especially like larger scale productions, that's kind of the thing. So maybe in the case of Devil Wears Prada, maybe it is. Maybe like the storyline is fashion is becoming very pixie like. Like we say with the McDonald's and the Wendy's and how nothing is colorful anymore.
What pixies? What pixies?
Yes.
Did you know that was Method Man? I think it's Method Man and Red Band.
I think so. I think I learned that later. Sometimes the story, but also the lighting gives you the vibe, right? So it's like, oh yeah, we live in a very sunshiny world. There's not a cloud, not a cloud in the sky kind of thing. But when you do that, people know what sunshine looks like on the face. We know how bright it could be. We know the harsh shadows that we see. But everybody wants that soft lighting, even in scenarios in which the lighting should not be, soft naturally, and that's what they do. And a lot of it is effects.
I will turn off a show if I don't like the way it's lit.
I have the same. I've done the same thing, and we talked about it a little bit. The pilot of Miss Pat, I think, is a good example of like they were trying to do standard studio lighting, but it wasn't done the best, and there was some other issues like the color grading and white balances on some of the cameras. Like they cut to an angle one time, and I was like, "What the hell did y'all?" That was crazy. So it does affect things. But yeah, and VFX part of it is also the thing, right? Because like if you're shooting on a blue screen, which a lot of movies do now, if you're shooting on a blue screen or a green screen, and or the volume too, that's the other thing about it. You're not actually shooting in actual location, so you're trying to approximate the lighting, but then also be lit to give space for other stuff. So if I'm shooting like The Mandalorian, you ever seen that show?
Nope.
The Mandalorian is a Star Wars show. That's one of the first ones that like really made the volume like a thing and made it well known. And basically, you know what the volume is?
Nope.
So the volume is literally just like a giant panoramic LCD.
Okay.
So we see the trend now where people will put themselves in front of a moving train on their screen and then film in front of it. The volume is that, but professional and huge. So you can build an actual like mini set, and you'll have rocks, you'll have it spaced out, but then the distance, the background distance part is fake. It's not a real place. It's just, you know, the LCD screen. And so that ends up creating, what happens with that is, right, it's not a real place. You're not actually outside in this environment, but you have to recreate it. But recreate it in a way where now we can shoot X, Y, and Z scenes and not have to change it. And so it means your lighting is flat because it's not changing dynamically like it would out in the real world. And then you got to then take that out and then say, all right, great. We need to do Mace Windu chopping off Jango Fett's head. Well, that has to happen in the blue screen, so now everything looks fucked up, right? Because now it has to be, you're shooting for post, for lack of a better term.
I hate when things are not shot on site. And obviously there are certain things that you need effects for.
Right.
Like you cannot, and I'm gonna use this example because I'm watching Spider-Man right now.
Which one?
Tobey Maguire.
Okay.
We're on number 3 right now, and
yes.
you can't see Spider-Man flying through Queens because like, you can't do that, right? So you need the effects and all of that, and also, I don't know. I'm just if it's not real, like I don't want it anymore.
Yeah.
Everything doesn't need to be shot on a blue screen. That is so it's lazy, but it's also like it's like spitting in the face of real creation. It just feels like a money grab. It all feels like a money grab.
Everything feels like a money grab, yeah. Over here? Which cafe just go?
Right there. DK Donkey Kong.
But in the same vein, like we were talking earlier about good like color grading and making sure, you know, like things being actually well lit, there's also very good shows and movies that exists of like where that might occur. I have one show in mind that I absolutely love. I'm curious as to like what are your shows or movies where it's like this is so well lit, these colors are fantastic, they stand out.
Well, you said you have something, so go ahead.
I want to see if you have something first.
Let me think.
And let the train go by. All right, the number to me, and I don't know what it was that if they figured something out, if it was the cameras, Insecure. Insecure, once it hit like season 3 on, was probably the best I had seen black folks on screen probably ever. Like for an HBO show at that, I was incredibly satisfied with how they lit black folks, especially when it comes to like they would do the dim lighting when at the bars or the restaurants and stuff like that, and the skin glowed, the melanin was feeling like it was gorgeous. And the thing was, their cinematographer or their gaffer, one or two, I can't remember, was a white lady who figured out how to do it.
Oh, I'm sure, because
and I was like, oh, awesome.
Skin tone doesn't matter when you give a damn.
Right. And you have to give a damn. But that
you have to
problem,
give a
not
damn
everybody gives a damn.
About making sure that your work is, and I know people like, oh, well, I don't see color. But like you quite literally have to see color or you're going to have blind spots.
Right.
Literally.
Exactly. Ava Berkowski.
Come on, Ava Berkowski.
Ava Berkowski. Sorry.
Come on, Ava Berkowski. Shout out to
and
her.
It matters. Like even today we were doing the shoot and it was 2 black women, Sam and lovely Vanessa. And we had our friend Joe here today too. Joe is white. And that is a stark contrast. Like on your highlights and your shadows, the same lighting doesn't necessarily work because he's just gonna peak, right? All the light is just gonna reflect from his face and become like a blowout. And so, you gotta make sure that things are good. But Insecure did it so bloody well. I think Moonlight also did it, which is funny because Moonlight was done with a relatively low budget for big movies. Let me make sure I'm saying the name right. Moonlight.
Yeah, Moonlight.
Yeah, Moonlight was James Laxton.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeously shot. Honestly, a good one is was it Black Rainey? It was about a black singer from the like the 50s and 60s in rock. She was Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. It was one of the last things with Chadwick Boseman in it. It was a really good movie. You should watch it. It's actually really good. It's about a blues rock and roll singer. Viola Davis. Yeah, Viola Davis played Ma Rainey. Also very well lit and well shot and lit. Also, it's a period piece, so it's lit in a specific way to give you a specific kind of vibe for it.
I hate period pieces.
I don't know why you hate period pieces. It's crazy. Sinners, also extremely well lit. So good. And another one, people are gonna hear me talk about this movie a lot. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. It is not done in any sort of extremely fancy way, but it is done in a way that fits the movie.
Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World. No, that's just his name. Edgar Wright. It was a great movie in 2010. Actually, was like if you look at that cast and you see like a who's who of like a bunch of people that have gone on to have amazing careers. Michael Cera, who was like one of the biggest stars in that time. Kieran McCulkin, not the one who played in
his little brother.
Yeah, that he was in it. You had, oh my God, Anna Kendrick was in it. Aubrey Plaza was in it. Chris Evans was in it. Like there was like that cast is crazy good, right? But it's done in a way because it's basically like Toronto, like supposed to give house party mid 2010s kind of thing, but it's done in a way that works, and so it feels believable. We were talking about earlier, it feels believable to to what you're watching. It looks like you're in somebody's apartment, you're in a club, you're in whatever space. It feels gritty. You're on a bus, and everything's motivated. It's very intentional, and Edgar Wright is my favorite director because everything he makes is amazing. Oh, another one. Sorry, now I'm on a tangent. Last Night in Soho, another Edgar Wright movie. That movie, amazing one, just amazing movie. But also, it's a movie set in the modern day that harkens back to, years prior, and neon is such a big part of it. So you get again flipping between modern England to 50s England, with neon lights and the dresses and the colors. It's so good. Like, it's so good. One of my favorite movies of all time. Edgar Wright is my favorite director, y'all. Like,
I think for me, when I think about shows, because you brought up SVU and I was thinking about it anyway, I like how lighting plays into the somber feeling of the work they're doing. So anything that has law and everything involved in law, there's a very specific, was it HBO? Was it HBO or Stars? But there's this, I'm holding for the train. There was this limited series, it's called Your Honor, and I want to say it's on HBO, but I could be wrong. I love the way that was lit. It is a thriller, is not the right word, but something like a thriller. And I think the lighting always played its role as a character. Like the lighting absolutely was a character, the way the music is a character.
And what was the name of the movie again?
It's called Your Honor.
Okay.
It's a show that was on, I think it was HBO. But anyway, it's on Paramount now. And the way it looks went very,
Nice. But it's a very specific.
It's very specific
Yeah.
to what is happening
It's
in
desaturated.
every scene.
It's very desaturated, muted colors.
But it's very intentional for the story they're
Right.
telling.
Right. And I also love that because it doesn't mind like having some bright highlights. That's another reason why people complain about modern movies now is because so many studios are also afraid of blowing out their highlights. So that like when you're looking out of a window, it's really, really bright compared to inside. That's not a thing in a lot of American shows. They do it a lot in like K-dramas. They're like, we're gonna expose inside well, and depending on the show, the outside will just be blown out, and that's fine. I can't remember, but I was watching there was a video essay and they talked about that and how there's a couple of people, maybe it was not Severance. What's the movie about them rich folks who were fighting and arguing about the family inheritance?
You're saying that's what it might be called?
I think that's what it's called, Inheritance TV show. Is it Inheritance? No, I gotta find what it is. But in that show, I think it's that one. They're in office buildings and high rises. You're in an all glass building. Yeah, the sun's gonna be bright as hell. Why are we muting it so that way it doesn't, it's not gonna show up as well? Like, or this one, this is Kelly Rowland and
Method Man.
Why they use this? Sorry, it's so funny to put Cliff Method Man.
That's his name.
I know, but it's. I've never seen them use Cliff. I've only seen Method Man before. But this is a good example. Can you take a screenshot and send it to me?
Yeah, which one?
Of them back that one, because I'm gonna put it up. This is a great example because they're well lit, but like it's more about the silhouette. So the backlighting of the outside being brighter makes perfect sense.
And I like the way it's lit. For me, lighting is another character. The way if you film in front of a studio audience, your studio audience
is another character.
Is a character. The music in some things, the music in dramas is a character, lighting a character. So I feel like when I think about stuff like SVU, that's a character. Your Honor, absolutely a character. Something that I think is the lighting time period that I enjoyed. I am a 90s girl.
Yeah, to her bone.
To the bone. Like Martin, season 3 and 4 were lit very nicely to me. 1 is still a little like they're still trying to get it. 2 is pretty good. But season 3, the lighting in season 3 is fantastic. But I feel like with sitcoms, there's always a sweet spot. You could tell what's a pilot, you could tell what the last season was.
Oh yeah.
Based on the lighting alone.
Yeah.
But multicam sitcoms for me are always lit so beautifully that always lit so beautifully for my taste, right? A lot of the 90s ones.
Okay, 90s ones specifically. All right.
Like the Jamie Foxx show, I would say was very consistent. And that's 2000s, I think. It might have started in the 90s, but that was consistent with their lighting to me throughout the series. It was just a very well lit show.
Okay.
So that's how I feel about lighting. It really plays into your storytelling. And if it doesn't, it needs to still make sense.
Yes. And it either has to be, like, in my opinion, realistic and just whatever.
That's it.
And leave it. Or, again, this is the attention of the director, of the DP, of the Gafford team. Like, it adds to the story, right? There is we have to do an episode where we talk about Life of Hassan. We gotta ask permission, of course. But I would love to talk about, like, what we've learned from it. But anyway, working on the project, and the main character, the kid, he was coming home from school, and we wanted a trailing shot. So I'm behind him with the camera. He's walking in, but you get the silhouette it's behind him, so you get a silhouette because the sun is coming from outside. And the director didn't want any, like, lighting rigs or nothing like that. So we're using all practicals, we're using all natural, which works for what we were doing. For me, it's like, I can't control everything. But it added something because you're seeing, like, this kid walk home in a hallway in isolation. So it kind of works.
I love when things make sense.
Yeah.
So it's not even about it being realistic. I mean, natural. It's about it being realistic.
Yes.
So, like, to your point, I love it. If it is if it's giving drama, if it's showing emotion, light and sound in any production is what adds the emotional value, right? I guess this is the therapist coming out. But I want to understand the feeling with it muted. I want to understand the feeling with my eyes closed.
Yes.
And still get that, and you only get that from light and sound. The other things obviously play a part in it, but if you change the sound and the lighting for something very sad, it's just not going to come off as sad. I don't remember what show it was, but my mom was watching it, and she was like, this is supposed to feel different, and based on what they're talking about, and the lighting is throwing me off. And she did not finish whatever it was. And then my brother was like, yo, did you watch such and such? I don't.
Yeah.
The lighting was terrible on that.
Yeah, the lighting can be terrible. And there's colors.
In the industry.
Right. And that's if somebody, if the average person just notices, that means it's really bad. And color science does matter, right? There's an entire school of thought, like what does yellow mean, right? Yellow means this, so many different, variations. And we're gonna get into this conversation too. It goes back to
racism.
Well, everything goes back to racism, but it goes back to how folks are taught. Because I learned that in high school.
What, color theory?
Yes, and like how in books, if somebody's like Wuthering Heights was a book I read in high school, and how colors are used in literature to again invoke those emotions, right? If you're talking about a pale yellow wall in a children's bedroom, it's giving sickly. If you talk about, there was another book. This book was Toni Morrison's book. I can't remember which one it was, but the one of the main characters, the dad drove a green whatever fancy car at the time because greed and envy. So those are the things that like really matter. Like it's why in a lot of movies, good movies, it also depends on the movie. Some things it really does not matter, but if you want to be pointed to it, the character's clothing choices, right? People spend a lot of time on this character wears this color palette, this character wears this color palette for specific reasons. Another great example of that is FX show about Professor X. In the comics, Professor X has a son.
Yes.
So Legacy. Okay, good. All right. So in that show,
I know a little something when it comes to that.
So in Legacy, in that show, the different like parts of his schizophrenia and the big villain played by I'm not gonna say that on camera, played by Aubrey Plaza, all those things had colors to them.
The Thunderbolts.
The Marvel movie.
When they went into the void, the color on that is incredible. On the void. The Thunderbolts is one of the best movies to me. That's one of my favorite movies.
Really?
Absolutely. I loved that movie.
I'm trying to remember the void part. So I did watch it.
The thing about it is that the void doesn't look like a shadow. The void looks like a person.
Yeah.
Which is important. There's a very big difference between looking like the shadow and looking like a person, especially for what they were trying to depict with the character's mental health. Oh, what is his name?
Oh, I forget his name.
Oh, this is gonna bother me. They're like, because they called him by his name, Bobby. His name is Robert something.
I think so, yeah.
I know it is.
Yes, it's Bob. It's Bob.
Yeah. Bob. But I'm trying to think of his full name. Robert something. And then the void is the other side of him. But what is his like superhero name?
With the one that Sentry.
Sentry, yes. Yeah. Sentry is the complete opposite. And
of the
void. And the coloring is so distinct that you can see the white of his eyes.
Sorry, I'm looking at the actual like footage from the scene now, just so I can remember.
It is color graded so beautifully.
Yeah, it's very binary, but it's keeping like it is keeping to the Marvel grayish look, but it works for this fight.
It is supposed to tell the story. The lighting is the paid actor.
Yes, here. I agree, and I'm not gonna again. In my opinion, the Thunderbolts Black Panther, and oh my god, the damn it, it was made by an Oscar-winning. Man, my brain just gave up on it just there.
The Thunderbolts, Black Panther, best Marvel movies.
I just can't remember the name. Eternals, the Eternals. Thank you. Eternals also a really good movie, also really well shot.
I didn't love it, but that's because the Eternals is a little more sci-fi.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. But you know, that movie also to me is like, again, just a good movie, and everything made sense. You know, the characters have their different colors for a different reason, and all of that. And they did super speed correctly. They did super speed very, very well, which is hard to do. Many places suck at it. But that is kind of what we're striving for. Yes, sorry, go ahead.
Another show that I love the color grading on, The Parkers.
The Parkers. That's not something I would have pulled up. I don't remember the Parkers. I remember the shot. I don't remember what it looks like.
Like, so The Parkers is a spinoff of Moesha.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that I remember.
And there are very specific coloring differences between Moesha and The Parkers.
Really?
Moesha is very moody in the way it's lit, even if that's not the intention, like for it to be like a moody or sultry moment, but it is more brown, whereas The Parkers is more yellow. I don't know how to explain it better than that.
Interesting.
There's a brightness and an intentional brightness to The Parkers. And I think that's because the character Kim is so bright. Nikki is so bright. They add so much value into a space. And so as a show, it was just overall brighter than Moesha, which was a little bit more moody and a little bit more
angsty.
Angsty, I don't know is the word. But well, Moesha was moody, so
yeah, I was gonna say, because if like Moesha's a teenager, like, you know, the whole thing was that being, you know, the vibe of it.
But yeah, I think The Parkers is
okay,
very fitting to the story they're telling. So I do love that.
So I have to pull up stills for all of this, or that I want to. So I will be reminded, because I don't think I've ever watched. I've watched The Parkers, but it's been years. I haven't watched them in like so long.
Oh, this is the stuff I binge.
Yeah,
I'm binging. Glad I said that. The Nanny. I am binging The Nanny right now.
Her outfits.
And I want to say the color grading actually progresses beautifully throughout each season.
Okay.
Because I scrolled, because I like spoilers. It's not that I don't know what happens at the end, but I wanted to remember when they got together. So I went to like season 5 or 6, and I was like, oh, it definitely does get brighter. Season 1
is dull.
There's like no lights.
Yeah.
But by the end of the season, it was still in the 80s, 90s. So you would think like, oh, you know.
Yeah, I do think there was a certain point where like some shows back then were a little bit dull. Like Frasier had duller lighting for sure. So
I feel like Frasier was supposed to be dull.
Well, it fits the vibe of Foo Frasier. I'm not gonna lie. People love Frasier. It's one of my mom's favorites. I thought it was boring.
I feel like Cheers is lit very well for the intention of Cheers.
It's so funny. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, let's talk about lighting. You're naming stuff from like 20 years ago.
Full
It's
House,
valid.
Love the lighting in Full House. After season 2.
Okay.
Season 1 and 2, though.
These are all valid examples, but it's just like so funny that like I'm like, yeah, a movie that came out like a year ago, The Photograph, another Issa Rae movie. Beautiful. I don't know if it was the same people, but did you see it? Mm-hmm. Oh my god, I cried at that movie.
I love that movie.
I was on the verge of a breakup.
Oh, poor thing.
It's okay. We needed to break up.
It's okay.
Yeah, it was what a year.
I know.
Yeah.
Let it burn. Gotta let it burn. There's never a right time.
We're gonna get demonetized. So, no, it was a great movie, very, very like well lit, and especially like the difference between the city stuff and the country stuff, and the flashbacks.
I recently watched Brown Sugar.
I know it. I haven't seen it.
With Sanaa Lathan.
Yeah.
And Taye Diggs.
Is that the one where everybody's like rehashing her video because she was in lingerie? And like they're like, people don't wear lingerie no more. She don't wear lingerie with somebody else.
What are you talking about?
I thought it was Sanaa Lathan.
I don't know what you're talking about at all.
So there's a clip of like a 90s, it might be Nia Long actually. And it's like she's in a robe and some lingerie, and I think she's like trying to seduce the guy or whatever. I don't remember what scene it was. I do not remember the movie. But some like it's like the old, nobody wears lingerie no more, and women are like, because y'all men don't appreciate it or some shit. So it's
I'm not familiar with this.
It's okay. When I find it, it'll come across because it gets. I see it and then I don't interact with it, and then it somehow finds its way back to my timeline like 2 days later. I've seen it like multiple times.
I've loosely heard the argument where women are like, well, men don't appreciate it, and men are like, well, you wear it in the street, so I don't care. Put the clothes on that you want to wear.
And have fun. Be happy. Live life.
That's it.
Yeah. Any other examples?
Arthur.
The cartoon?
I think it's very well lit.
Okay.
Season 1 is a little dull, but by season 2, 3, 4, and 5, we're good. After that, though, it starts to look like too bubbly and highly oversaturated. But that's just me.
So with that, no, before we hold on, holding for trains. I'm hoping I'm talking loud enough that this gets picked up. Let's be honest. I'd be so upset if it doesn't. What?
I'm hoping even what you just said got picked up just now. ASMR.
I'm so glad there's no mic next to her. Oh, this is arcade. That's cool.
That's what I keep looking over there at.
Anyway, I was like this whole time I was trying to figure out what the hell is that. No, but that actually is like a major swear. It's just like as we're working through it. No, not Arthur. This is good lighting in general.
Oh. I was gonna say, you're a fan too?
No. I actually hated kid shows as a kid. I didn't like Clifford. I didn't like Blue's Clues. I didn't like Power Rangers. If it was Kitty, I was like, I'm too grown for this. And I was 6.
Probably why we're here.
That is exactly why. But yeah, no, we are trying to. I gotta stop saying that. I realize how often I say that after watching the last one. It was like, but yeah, I say that so
oh yeah.
much. Okay. So we really, really strive to ensure that like our quality is really good, and we want to make sure that we can do that. So like when we're talking about these conversations and however many years, people are citing our work. So as we're talking about it, we're not just trying to talk to talk. We're also trying to talk to do it, and it serves as good motivation, inspiration to remember that ourselves. Of like, this is the thing that we really, really enjoy seeing and enjoy watching. How do we make sure that we do that and be intentional to it? So that's why I love it.
More complicated for him. I think I am.
You could have just.
I'm Samara.
I'm Aaron.
And this is GSP Go.
Oh, that is so hot! Wow.
You can feel it even from back here. It's like radiating heat.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Come on, Big Papa. It's not that difficult.
I just want to hear the beep.